Hello everyone, I am Dr. Bharati. I am a pediatrician. This is Dr. Bharati's Kids Care. I welcome you all to this channel.
Hello parents, welcome you all to another summer health tip video. Today I thought of addressing another common concern in most parents' mind, air conditioners and child health. Many parents ask us whether it is safe to use AC for newborns. If AC is safe, what is the right room temperature that is to be set? Will AC usage cause cold and cough in children? Let us address all these doubts one by one in today's video. The first and most common doubt is, will AC usage cause cold and cough in children? Before seeing why this is happening, let us first see how an air conditioner works. An air conditioner basically sucks in the air inside the room, filters it, dehumidifies it, that is removes the moisture from the air, cools it and blows the air back into the same room. Because the air conditioner dehumidifies the air in the room, the air becomes very dry. And when you keep on inhaling dry air, your entire airway also gets dried up. It is basically the mucus in your nose and throat that traps the dust and allergens in the air as well as the germs and protect you from infections and allergies and asthma. But when this protective mucus layer is lost, you become more vulnerable to the common germs as well as allergens in the air. This is the reason why your child gets a frequent cold and cough while being in an AC room. Whenever you inhale air, there need to be a certain amount of moisture in it when it reaches the lungs. If that particular amount of moisture is not present in the air, then your airway starts secreting more and more mucus in order to humidify that air. This is the reason for having a nose block in the morning after sleeping in an AC room. You can also find lot of dried mucus secretion in your nose. Now that you know why you get a nose block after sleeping in an AC room, you also need to know how to tackle it, right? This can be simply achieved by maintaining the moisture level in the room. Nowadays you get lot of newer ACs that comes with the moisture adjustment also. If you are planning to buy a new AC, you can go for that option. Otherwise, you can simply keep 1 or 2 bowls of warm water, hang some damp clothes inside the AC room. Second option is to use a humidifier. But while using a humidifier, you need to be very cautious. Make sure to use only a cold mist humidifier in kids' rooms. And also make sure to change the water every day. Use only a clean RO purified or a distilled water. If you don't maintain the proper hygiene of your humidifier, it by itself can lead on to a lot of respiratory infections and mold formation. The second important thing is the AC filters. When the AC is serviced and the filter is cleaned properly and regularly, it purifies the air. But when this is not done regularly, then it by itself can lead on to more allergens and infections in the room. So make sure to service and clean it properly. Thirdly, in general an AC room has a much better air quality than outside. But when there are large number of people staying indoors for a very long duration of time, there will be building up of carbon dioxide. This will lead on to tiredness, lethargy, headache, etc. An AC can only filter the air, it cannot oxygenate the air. Another issue is when there is a person with respiratory infection and if the room is a open cross-ventilated room, the infection or the germ immediately passes out from the room. Whereas when the room is a closed room, even if there is an AC which can filter the air, the chances of others getting infected will be slightly more than a cross-ventilated room. These problems can be simply tackled by intermittently switching off the AC and allowing for ventilation. For example, if it's a classroom, during break time or lunch time or during games period, the AC can be switched off and the room can be kept open for ventilation. The next common doubt which most parents ask us is it safe to use AC for newborns? You should understand one thing. It is important to maintain a right environmental temperature for newborn. Like how warmth is important for them, it is also important to make sure they don't get too much heated up because it will eventually end in dehydration. When you use AC for your newborns, remember to follow the following points. First thing, before using, make sure to service the AC and clean its filter. Set a right temperature for the room. The Indian Academy of Pediatrics recommends a temperature of between 26 to 28 degrees Celsius for newborns. Older kids are generally comfortable at a slightly lower temperature of around 22 to 26 degrees Celsius. Check your baby's temperature intermittently. Just compare the baby's tummy with that of the baby's leg. If both the tummy and leg feels the same warm temperature, then it's ideal. If the baby's leg feels much colder or it's purplish or bluish in color, that means the baby requires a much higher temperature. You can either increase the temperature in the room or you can cover the baby up with an additional layer of clothing. But if your baby is too warm or is sweaty, then you can reduce the AC temperature by 1 or 2 degrees Celsius or also remove a layer of clothing from your baby. Make sure not to use a ceiling fan along with AC because this increases the circulation of dry and cold air within the room. Avoid placing the baby directly under the AC's airflow. This will make the baby lose its body temperature very fast. Air conditioners not only make your baby's nose get dried up but also the skin gets dried up. So make sure to apply good amount of moisturizer before and after coming out of the AC room once or twice in a day. Avoid taking your baby directly out of an AC room into a much hotter environment. Make sure to switch off the AC, wait for some time, let the room get a little warmer and then you can get your baby out. With every passing summer, it is getting hotter and hotter and air conditioners have become a common household item. While providing a comfortable living zone to your kids, make sure to follow all the precautions so that they remain healthy while being comfortable. Thank you.